Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Roundtable Discussion. We're back once again. I'm your host, as always, Byron Dixon. Joined once again with Thomas. And we have a newcomer to the show, my good friend Anthony, better known as AC. Good to have you on the show, AC.
Thank you. I'm glad. Pleasure to be here.
Glad to have you. Finally got to get you on here, talk a little sports. So as everybody knows, biggest sport event in North America, Super Bowl. Finally get to actually see the game in a few hours.
Yeah.
But guys like ourselves, we actually talk about the game. We're a little late, but better late than never.
Right.
So Seahawks, Patriots, in my opinion, the best two teams in the NFL. Going at it for the Lombardi Trophy. Patriots, their sixth Super Bowl. You know about Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. Talked a lot about Deflategate. Seahawks, back in Super Bowl, second straight year. Legion of Boom, Russell Wilson. Great NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
We're just going to talk a little bit about what are you guys' initial thoughts of the Super Bowl as you look at this matchup. Thomas, I'll start with you.
Well, obviously we have this matchup. We have our reigning champs, Seattle Seahawks, and you have the New England Patriots. Obviously, the Patriots have a legacy. Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, been doing this for years. I think Patriots are hungry though. Haven't won a Super Bowl over 10 years here. It could be a big legacy for Tom Brady. Get that elusive fourth ring, put him in the upper echelon level. But initial thoughts though, I think it's gonna be a real good game. I don't think it's gonna be like last year when it was a big blowout. We thought the best defense, best offense. I think the Patriots defense is a lot better than what Denver defense was last year. So I expect definitely a real close contest. I'll review my pick later on in the show, but I expect a very good back and forth game and very entertaining.
Thanks for that. AC, what do you think?
Well, I like the Patriots. Like Tom said, they're going for their fourth. Haven't won one in 10 years. Been there twice. They're back at a familiar stadium where they lost by the amazing catch. But I don't like them winning, but I can see it happening because of how they're just the momentum right now. They have a great defense. They have people who like to talk about. They have a great offense. The receivers is not the best of the echelon, but they get it done in the system that they're in. Of course, Tom Brady going for his fourth. He's determined. He's hungry. But on the other hand, Seattle Seahawks, they're just a different breed of team. Like they know how to stay strong and they know how to win and finish games regardless of the situation, regardless of the outcome at the end. So it's gonna be a good matchup.
Definitely going to be interesting to see how these teams match up with each other. Legion of Boom got Peyton last year. They get Brady this year. And if they get this win, they'll definitely be in the talks of one of the greatest franchises ever.
Definitely.
So it'll be interesting to see. But I think we talked about the quarterback a little bit. How about Marshawn Lynch? Him not talking all week, but seeing what he brings to the table. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. A lot of great matchups to look forward to. So we're going to actually start breaking down matchup by matchup. Let's start with the quarterback matchup. And looking at Russell Wilson and Tom Brady. Thomas, who do you like in this matchup?
Oh man, well this is a tough one. Obviously Tom Brady is one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Definitely one of the best quarterbacks of our generation, I might say. But he's been to this stage before. He's ice water in his veins. But Russell Wilson, man, he's playing really lights out football. Came in early on. He thought he was a game manager. Great defense behind him. But no, he's proven definitely he can make plays. Time he plays. See, last week the debacle he had, 4 interceptions. When it came down to it, his leadership in him, he made the plays where it matters. So honestly, with this matchup, quarterback matchup, it's tough, man. It's between Tom Brady and Russell Wilson, but I'm gonna give Tom Brady the edge on this one, just because of the experience factor. He's been here before. He knows what it's about.
AC, who do you like?
Now when you ask me what do I like,
Just matchup. Looking at the matchup.
Okay, matchup.
Going up against Legion of Boom, going up against the
Of
Patriots
course,
defense.
honestly, Tom Brady, he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play, and he's smart about this. Even though he knows he's playing the Legion of Boom, he's played them before. He got him once, so he knows he's coming back stronger this time. Russell Wilson, on the other hand, as Thomas said earlier, was known as a game manager, but he's proven over time that he's not just a game manager. He can make plays. He's a playmaker. He uses his feet well, and he has a good arm.
Definitely has a good arm. It's tough to pick. I like both quarterbacks. You look at Brady going up against Legion of Boom. You look at Brandon Brown and Darrell Reeves. I think these defenses are kind of similar in a way, but I think you look at Brady with the experience. But Russell Wilson, he's hungry, and I think he's, like you say, he's not just a game manager. He can make the throws like the best out there. So it'll be interesting to see. Running backs. I think two similar running backs. Beast mode is beast mode, but LeGarrette Blount has been very productive, especially in the playoffs with the Patriots. So AC, who do you like in the running back matchup?
Of course, I like Marshawn Lynch, but do not sleep on LeGarrette Blount because he's hungry. He's hungry for his first championship. Even though he had all them off the field debacles and things like that, at the end of the day, he is a good running back that people like to talk about because of the system or things like that or his off the field behavior. But he is a real good running back, and as far as I can think, the Seahawks haven't played a running back of his style yet, as far as I know. So that would be questioning because he runs downhill, he's a big back, and he could give them problems. But Marshawn Lynch, on the other hand, we know what he's capable of doing. We know how great of a running back he is, and he's just about that action ball. So he's just gonna come to play, and that's what he does. He loves to play football. He's gonna come to play, especially going for that second ring.
Definitely. Who do you like?
Obviously, two very physical running backs, actually similar styles, which they play. But I think I'm going to go with Marshawn Lynch on this one. I think right now he has a chip on his shoulder just the whole week, not talking in the media, getting to him, everything like that. I feel that's going to be some extra motivation for him to come and turn up. However, like AC said, I'm not going to sleep on LeGarrette Blount. Very effective running back, as we see here, just in the playoffs. But also the Patriots, they have it seems like a large selection of running backs at times. Jonas Gray might, pop his head up in there, Shane Vereen, whoever it may be. So I think the Patriots' game plan, running attack, is very solid. But I'm going to give it to Marshawn Lynch just off the beast mode, man. He's going hard right now.
And if there's any weakness in the Seattle defense, or I wouldn't say weakness, a way to beat them is running the ball right at them. We saw some teams have success, even Eddie Lacy a few weeks ago, and even Montgomery when they played the Cowboys. So if you can be physical, win in the trenches, and run it right at them, you have a chance to, try to, expose the defense if there's such a thing. But looking at the receivers of both teams, Seahawks, not really as many known for their receivers, it seemed like by committee. But the Patriots with the Edelmans, and we can include Gronk in this, and the tight end Luke Wilson has showed up for the Seahawks. Who do you like with the receivers and tight ends?
Receiver and tight ends, I definitely like to put the Patriots on this one. Just because of the names and stuff you hear, Gronk, you hear Edelman. Those guys have experience. They've been here before. They know how to get it done. But at the same time, I'm not going to sleep on Seattle's names, receivers. They may not have the big, sexy names out there, but Doug Baldwin, Curse, they get it done though when it matters. So I think definitely they'll be effective. I like obviously the cornerbacks though for Patriots, locking up. Revis and Brown are out there, maybe give some trouble. But I think we'll go with Patriots in this one.
Definitely.
Receiving core as well. I'm going to give it to the Patriots because of Gronk. Honestly, only because of Gronk, because he's just another level of receiver. On the other hand, Edelman and Amendola, they're good receivers, but they can't match up well against the Legion of Boom. And the Legion of Boom will have that advantage over them. Just vice versa, just as Brandon Browner and Revis will have their matchup favored against Javon Curse and Doug Baldwin. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, Gronk is the X factor on why the receiving core will be better, because Seattle doesn't really have that tight end or outstanding outside receiver or even inside receiver to separate the difference between the two receiving cores.
I think one thing the Patriots receivers do well that favors them against Seattle, they have little small receivers that are crafty and shifty and can break down those zones. They play a lot of cover 3. Richard Sherman may struggle against quicker. They're banged up, Earl Thomas, and Gronk. What are they going to put on Gronk? They have Cam Chancellor, Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright. But Gronk has shown in the past he's not soft, he's physical, he's going to go right back at him. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. But I think with Russell Wilson being able to extend plays with his feet and them having to account for running, Curse and Baldwin, they can break free. And Luke Wilson has been a good target as well. Yeah. So the biggest one is defense. I think 2 very good defenses. I'll say top 5. Seattle number 1, obviously. What defense do you like, Thomas?
Well, obviously when you hear this question, you think defense. You think, oh, definitely Seattle, Legion of Boom. However, the Patriots defense is very, very tough, and I think actually very underrated as well. They do a lot of good things that can contain Russell Wilson. Get out the pocket. They got people who consider as a spy. People who can jam the receivers at the line. However, man, you can't sleep on Legion of Boom. Obviously, they're beat up a little bit right now, but they're the harder champions out there. And you can't teach that. So I think for a big game like this, I got to go LOB.
Definitely. You saw it last time, 4 picks in their own end zone. They still didn't give up a field goal. So, Casey, what do you like?
Legion of Boom. He explained it well, but at the same time, as he explained, Patriots defense, they're not to sleep on. But Legion of Boom, as he said, they've been in this position before. They're hungry. They know what they need to do to get it done, especially playing Tom Brady, as they had the little incident earlier when they first time they played them. Right. Now this time they're more experienced, they're more gelled together, they have camaraderie, so I'm giving them the edge.
I like what the Patriots do. Bill Belichick, defensive guy. They have a lot of depth, guys they can bring in and out. So many guys named. Will Fork up front has been the mainstay. But the Legion of Boom, like you said, they show week in and week out their best defense in football, and there's not much they don't do well. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. With that being said, I guess it's time to reveal the picks. Who you got, AC? What do you think's going to win? And an MVP choice as well.
Oh, okay, MVP. Well, I'm going with Seattle. close game, say 27-24 if it gets that high. The MVP will probably be Marshawn Lynch on offensive tip. Defense, maybe Bobby Wagner, because or Cam Chancellor. If he depends on how he treats, well not treats, but how he locks down. If he locks down Gronk, because that's a major factor in the game. If they take Gronk out the game, they have the game, because the Patriots, little receivers, lack of size is better to say. They have the offense to, pick them off and set picks to get the receivers open, but at the same time, Legion of Boom is just too good for that. So I'm gonna give it to Cam Chancellor, and Marshawn Lynch.
You talk about Cam Chancellor. Saw last year, one hit changed that whole game. And if they get one of those hits early in this game, it'll be something to look out for.
I think he's gonna try that on Gronk to set a tone, to prove to people that Gronk is not. We can handle Gronk, put it like that. He's not gonna manhandle us, our secondary, like he has in his previous games and things like that. So
Amendola and Edelman are small receivers. So who do you think's gonna win? And who's gonna be?
Definitely gonna be a very close game, back and forth. I'm gonna go with Seattle. I think about 24-20. Be a very close game within a touchdown, maybe within a field goal. MVP wise, honestly, I'm gonna go with Russell Wilson. I think he's got a really effective game. I think he's going to bounce back well since the bad game from last week. I think he's the type of guy who faces adversity very well and knows how to handle it and come back strong. And on the defensive side, though, I would like Cam Chancellor, though. I think Cam's definitely an X factor, as AC was alluding to. If you can contain Gronk, which is easier said than done, I think that's a big key to the game. If you take Gronk out of the game, you definitely got to stand out as someone potentially for MVP choice.
People been asking me who am I picking. I have no pick. People are saying you can't not make a pick. But I think this is going to be maybe one of the better Super Bowls we've seen in recent memory. Last year was a very big disappointment. I think whoever wins, I think it's going to be a slugfest. I think both defenses are good. 20, 23 range, 24 points. Whoever wins, I think it's going to be because of quarterback play. Whichever quarterback can make that play against the defense. I really don't know who's going to win.
What your gut tell you?
I don't know. Every day, one day is Seattle, one day is New England. It's tough. I don't know who's going to win. It's going to be tough. I mean, it's a good matchup.
All right.
So we'll look forward to the Super Bowl. Hopefully their picks pan out. I'm hoping for a good game. I think it will be. We'll be right back.